Everybody, my name is Luke, and we're going to answer some burning Google Ads questions. I have spent over $5 million on Google Ads alone in lead gen, so let's get into it. So this guy has local lead gen. He was generating leads for $25 to $35 a piece, which is not bad. For some reason, he started a brand new campaign on the same account for the same service at the same geographical area. I wonder why. He ran max clicks at first. He says it was bad. 15 to 20 clicks per conversion. Now, I will disagree with him here. 20 clicks per conversion would be a 5% conversion rate, which is about benchmark. So it's not bad. For local, we do kind of maybe want it to be 10%, and even 15 clicks, yeah, a little bit less, but yeah, so 5% conversion rate is not bad for local lead gen. It's just not. Burning through budget like crazy. It's Google Ads, man. The CPA was $175. Maybe. I don't know how much. We can do the math really quick on how much that cost per click was. So if he's getting one conversion for $175 and it's taking 20 clicks, that is a cost per click of $8.75. A little pricey, but not really. There's a couple industries I work with that are local that have cost per clicks double that. So none of this concerns me. Because of this, and also Google doesn't determine the CPA, it's just a math equation. So when he tries to use max conversions and set it up to an even $50, it gets no action. So he's probably using Google max conversions target cost per acquisition and setting it to $50. If the CPA says 175 and you're trying to set it for 50, that's not going to work, because there probably are no conversions for $50 because it's an auction, right? And people are willing to pay more for that conversion than you are. Now, we don't pay per conversion, we pay per click, but people are bidding with their cost per conversion in mind. And some people might be, he doesn't say what his industry is, but some people might be willing to pay $200, $250 for a conversion because who knows, maybe they're selling something that costs $800. So that's fine for some business owners. You can't just you can't just go to Google and say, I'm going to pay $10 for a conversion. Bring me all the stuff. It doesn't work that way. Never will. Is this because Google thinks it's worth $175 per conversion? It has nothing to do with what Google thinks. It has to do with what the market is willing to pay. It's the Google ad system is like capitalism or supply and demand, like on a microcosm. It's an auction. And so if I'm willing to pay more for a conversion than you are, then I'm going to get the conversion. That's how all advertising works. Whoever spends the most gets the most customers. If I'm willing to pay, $175 for a conversion, then you're not going to get it for $50 because my bids are going to be more than yours and I'm going to win more, et cetera, et cetera. That's how Google makes money. But again, it has nothing to do with what Google says, if you believe them. But I don't think they artificially set, first of all, they don't set conversion prices. They set click prices, and they don't even set click prices. Those are determined with an auction. And so he's really focusing on the wrong number here. If he wanted to get a $50 conversion, he would need to pay half basically for these clicks, right? He would need to pay $4 per click. And if I'm willing to pay $9 a click and I tell that to Google, guess who's going to get most of those clicks? Me. And you're going to have to pay that as well. So we also tried manual CPC with enhanced, this is just max conversions. It's literally just what that is. Manual CPC with enhanced is just max conversions, or max clicks, I guess. And it just seems dead. Yeah, because again, he's just kind of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting it to work. Getting one click a day. Bids were healthy. 95% of the keywords were on the first page. Yeah, but you're getting outbid. So how would I go about this? I would go back to what this was. This was working, and then try to improve the conversion rate from 5 to 10%, and try to improve the click-through rate. If you can double your click-through rate, you would have your cost per click. I don't know. There's not a ton of information here, so I don't know what they're doing, but that's how you would fix. I mean, there might not be any fixing. Sometimes the market is what the market is. It's like going to the store and being like, how do I get this milk for half off? Like the you can't. The price is what the price is. Either buy it or don't. Very similar to how ads work these days, where if the conversions cost you $175, that's what they cost. You can try to get it lower, but you're never going to get conversions probably for what, a third of this. You're not going to beat your competitors by that much. It's just not the way it works these days because it's an auction, because other people are willing and have much larger budgets than you and they're willing to pay for more. You're never going to get cheaper conversions. So either this works for your business or it doesn't. People focus too much on getting their cost per conversion down, and I'm a marketing person. Like, I do lead gen. This is what I do is I reduce cost per conversions, but you can only go so low. And so getting a conversion for $175 doesn't work for you. Now, I'm assuming their conversion rate and their click-through rate are, as good as they can be. A 5% conversion rate, it could probably be a little bit better. I don't know what their click-through rate is. There's things you can do certainly to increase those numbers, but you're not gonna get a 20% click-through rate and a 20% conversion rate. Probably not. You might be able to get to 10. You're not going to get a 40% conversion rate. Like, it's unlikely unless you're doing like emergency services. If you're like a plumber and you're running emergency plumbing services on the weekends, yeah, you might get a 50% conversion rate, but those conversions are going to be pretty expensive as well. So the game isn't to reduce your cost per conversion. The game is to increase your LTV. If your business can't support $175 cost per conversion, you need to find a different acquisition method or increase your LTV, basically. Charge more money. Do you just run max clicks? Usually, you get hammered buying data until conversion prices are somewhat near your target. For local lead gen, I usually recommend max clicks because you're not going to get enough data for max conversions. If you're targeting a town or a city or even a state, it's just not. Maybe California, you could do mass conversions, but usually you just need the machine learning algorithm needs so much data that just do max clicks. They essentially, you'll notice a difference in performance because max clicks or max conversions will have a hard time going, and max clicks will just get you a ton of traffic and it'll convert. Now run max conversions and just wait for it to work. Basically, yeah. I mean, you just pick one of these and you wait and see what happens. Depending on how much you spend, you don't have to wait that long, but I would still prefer max clicks. It's not you don't need a hard and fast. It's not a hard and fast rule. You don't need 30 conversions a month, which is he's left that part out. But you can go max conversions immediately. But again, if you're doing local lead gen, it's probably not going to work super well for you. With no CPA cap, that's the best way to do it. You want Google to have free reign. You want the machine learning algorithm to have as much freedom as possible to get you the best results as possible. That's where the world is these days with advertising. Everyone's talking about AI is going to take our jobs, and yet then they're not. They're not that good, and they need a lot of data to work really well. And Google Ads is one of the most advanced AIs on the planet. It's been around the longest. You have to take the reins off and let it do its thing. You have to trust it. It's going to bring you money. It wants to bring you money. So you can't be scared. And if it's not sustainable, again, there's some things you can do. I would need to know the conversion rate. Well, I guess we know it's 5%. I need to know the click-through rate. I would need to see the landing page. Like, you have to really dive in. But $175 per conversion for a local company is not crazy. It's just not. You probably want it a little bit lower. I understand that. Probably under 100, but we see a lot of these numbers. Anyways, I hope you found that useful. Answered a bunch of Google Ads questions. See you in the next one.